That's good. Welcome everybody. Today it's either 12 or 13 of Feast for the Soul. I'll confirm after this recording. My name is Susie von Mensenkamp and I'm reporting for duty for meditation from Ireland. I'm in West Cork and we've just had a mad storm. Just put our whole country out of action there for a couple of days, but we're recovered. And something I would say about that is that when we're kind of facing challenges like that, whether it's to do with the weather or other challenges, meditation is the thing that I think that really stabilizes, definitely stabilizes my personal nervous system. And hopefully, my intention here today is that it'll stabilize yours. I was saying before I started the recording that meditation works if you do it. So, that's what we're here for. That's what connects us as a Sangha on the Mindful Mondays and over the 40-day journey of Feast for the Soul. So, I hope you've been enjoying the feast so far. The practice that I want to do with you today is based on something that I've been doing regularly for probably about 15 years now, but it's a self inquiry practice where we'll ask some of those soul questions as we enter into the practice of meditation. So, meditation has a few different components to it. And if you've been doing this probably a lot longer than I am, you'll probably be able to teach this part even better. But maybe it's your first year and it's all new to you. So, there's no harm in kind of going back over those kind of basics again and again and again. And it's a lovely way to set up the meditation. So we'll always start with just getting comfortable. So I invite you to be super comfortable wherever you are. And as you find your comfort, I'd invite you then to consider how you're breathing, or even just gently start to observe your breath without doing anything to it. So your breath is a really good indicator as to how your mind is, because they're often, you know, connected. So if your mind is very active and busy, your breaths can often follow by being quite shallow and shorter and more frequent. So what we want to do is we'll begin the practice by exhaling fully. We really want to empty out so that we can make the space for a breath in. So as you empty out, you can just draw in at your navel. You can really just squeeze it out. Imagine you're releasing anything. You can close your mouth and do it out through your nose, ideally. In yoga, we say the breath moves flow. We want it to flow freely in and out through the nose, through the nostrils. The mouth is for eating and speaking, and the nose is for breathing, ideally. But sometimes you might have a cold, or your nose might be blocked, and then use your mouth if necessary. But really, for the practice, we'll try to have our mouth softly closed if that's comfortable. And to do that, we just want to relax the jaw, relax the mouth, and allow the tip of your tongue just to rest lightly against the ridge which is behind your two front upper teeth. And you'll notice something starts to soften in your face, in your jaw, and then just observing your breath as it moves naturally in and out through your nose. Now, when I say observing your breath, how do you do that? So you could be aware of the sound of your breath, maybe the sensation of your breath or the temperature of your breath, or the frequency of your breath, whether it's fast or slow, loud or faint. And now we're going to take a conscious, slow, deep breath in together. In through the nose. Follow with your awareness all the way down as your belly. It's like inflating a balloon. Fill it up. Pause when you've reached the top of that inhale, and then observe again as you release the breath in a very slow and steady, full exhale. And feel what it feels like to be empty when you really empty out the breath. And bear witness to that point where you really feel the impulse, the natural impulse to breathe in again. So you can do that a couple more times at your own pace with awareness. And even just by watching your breath, you'll start to notice that things start to settle down. Now, if you haven't closed your eyes already, I invite you to do so, or just soften your gaze if you need to keep them a little bit open. And we're now withdrawing our senses slowly from that external environment because we really want to move that attention or awareness inward. And the breath is a really good way to do this. And you might notice that your mind is wandering still. Just observe when it wanders off and just gently bring it back. Slowly, steadily bringing it back, observing your breath, breathing naturally now at your own pace. And now you can move your attention from the breath. It'll keep going at its own pace anyway, so you don't have to focus on breathing. Notice what's happening with your hands. How are you resting your hands in the practice? You can rest them on your lap, either the palms facing up or palms facing down. Just allow your shoulders to soften a little bit more. Then moving that attention down towards your seat, your sit bones, how you're seated. Moving it down both legs to the soles of your feet. Just feeling your feet on the floor. And with meditation, it's a gradual. You can't force it to happen. You have to just be gentle and gradual with moving that attention and awareness inward. So from the soles of your feet now, just allowing your body to be relaxed however you're seated. And if you can locate the center of your chest, what I would refer to as your heart center, I'm going to begin that self-inquiry practice here with awareness. So the location of your awareness is in your heart, ideally in the center of your chest. And as I give you the questions for the self-inquiry, you can just repeat them silently to yourself without trying to figure out what the answers are. We're just going to pose the questions gently with awareness in your heart. And we'll surrender each question as if we're planting a seed. And you could imagine that your soil is like, your heart is like the fertile soil that you're planting the seed in. And that's planter, that vessel is the heart space. And like any seeds that you plant, when you plant them, you don't dig them up again straight away. You just let them there. So maintaining a soft focus in your heart now. The first question is, who am I? I invite you to ask it softly and silently to yourself 2 or 3 times. Who am I? Who am I? And then let that question go. And we'll bring in the second question. What do I want? Silently, softly, what do I really, really want? Plant it now like a seed in your heart. What do I want? And then let that question go. Let's bring in the third question now. What is my purpose? What's my purpose in life? What is my purpose in life? It's a very gentle inquiry. And the fourth and final question that we're going to plant like a seed in our heart is, what am I grateful for? Again, it's not about trying to answer it, just place it in there. What am I grateful for? And now that you've had the seeds of this self inquiry planted in your heart, we want to let go and surrender now. Surrender the whole process and trust that the answers will meet those questions in due course, most likely outside of the practice. So we'll transition now from this part of the practice into a mantra. And the mantra will be so ham. So again, we'll begin that by stating your name fully once. I am, and just your full name. I am, and your full name. At least 3 or 4 times silently now. And we'll repeat it again, but this time we'll drop the surname or your second name and just repeat I am with your first name at least 3 or 4 times silently. I am and your first name. Just a few more times. And now we'll drop the first name. And you can just do I am a couple more times silently. I am. I am. I am. And then we'll transition into the mantra now from English to Sanskrit, Soham. So transitioning from I am to Soham, the Sanskrit version. Soham. It's a really gentle repetition. Soham. It's soft, it's silent. It might come and go. You might hear it or see it or feel it. Try not to force it. Concentrate too hard. It's very gentle. So So continue with the silent repetition of the Soham mantra while I watch the time for now. Whenever your mind wanders, come back. So Now release the mantra and simply sit in silence as you bask here or float. Be gentle, curious, noticing the quiet, the stillness, the silence. As you connect with that still and silent aspect of who you really are, you can give yourself anything you feel like you need right now. So if you feel like you need some more peace or love or laughter, compassion, you could pick up the mantra that I am and add whatever quality you wish to create more of in your life. I am, and then followed by whatever quality it is. I am pure divine love. I am peaceful. I am healed. I am strong. I am loving. Anything that you'd like to see fulfilled. And you're going to repeat it at least 3 times, if not more, silently, with awareness back in your heart center. I am. And then allow that quality that you've chosen or that chose you, allow it to ripple out from your heart center, your heart space. Imagine that quality rippling out from you as a field of energy, of vibration, a quality filling up the space between us, blessing the space between us with that quality. Really hold your present moment awareness on that quality and the field, and just the idea that it's rippling from you as you. And then moving from that, returning again to the state of receptivity and just allowing then all of the qualities that we've evoked within it. Each and every person on the call is coming back to you as well. So just allow that receptivity. Feel the qualities within the space between us. And from here, let's extend those qualities out beyond the confines of this Sangha, out beyond the confines of right now, just sending it out, off out into the cosmos wherever it is needed most. Rippling out love, peace, laughter, hope, harmony, healing, light, whatever qualities you're connected with. we'll just hold the space for each other and beyond just for another moment or so. And then as we let the whole practice go, let's take a long, slow, deep breath in together. As you let the whole breath go, let the practice go, and become aware again of your physical presence, your physical body, noting how it feels as you integrate the benefit of the practice. Feel the relax, the rest and digest response. Feel your system softening, feeling calmer, more centered, and whatever other qualities you connected with. We come gently out of the practice through this integration process. So just gently coming out. You can move your fingers, your toes. If you need to move your head from side to side, you could do that. And take another couple more of long, slow, deep breaths. Whatever it takes, you can stretch into your space. You can reach up, whatever is good. You can just cup your hands over your eyes and just really bask in it. Bask in the beautiful qualities that you've created. And at the end, if you wish, you can rub your hands together and just feel that qualities moving out through you from the palms of your hands through the soles of your feet. You could place your hands on your heart or your hands together in a prayer position, take a bow. Just come out whatever feels natural to you, whatever feels, nourishing. That's what I would do anyway. So just nourishingly come out gently. I'm going to take a bow to everybody who showed up today and, prioritize their self-care practice. I really admire you. I'm inspired by you. So thank you for joining us, and thank you so much for, being part of the Peace for the Soul and part of the Mindful Mondays. You're welcome every time, week after week. We'll always be here. So please keep coming back and keep showing up for the feast. And I'll stop the recording. And if you wouldn't mind, as I end the recording, if you wouldn't mind placing in the chat some of the qualities maybe that you connected with at the very end. What did you give yourself? And then by giving it to yourself, you rippled it out to everybody else. We'd love to just merge all those beautiful qualities if you're willing to do so.